Hello, everybody. This is Scott Roberts with Jerry Hubble and Libby in the Stars. We're here live with you with the Explorer Alliance Live program and the OpenGOTO community. We brought on Libby today because she's going to be joining us for our Global Star Party number 6. And Libby, how you doing today?
Good.
You're good, huh? Are you excited about being in your first global star party?
Yes, very excited.
Very excited. That's great. That's great. Um, so we will. We're going to jump right back to you here in a moment, but we're going to let Jerry uh, talk to us about what's going on with the OpenGOTO community. It's a forum that we have where a lot of people have joined it to learn how to use our computerized telescopes and how to program it and stuff. So
Right.
we'll have to introduce you to that later, okay? But we'll focus on Jerry right now.
So let me share my screen real quick.
Okay.
Um,
How's everything in mission control today?
Pretty good. I have been talking to Tyler today about a couple things, and we've had a customer that noticed a problem. We've seen it in the past with he's had an Exos 2 mount
Yeah.
for the last couple months, and he's had problems. Let me zoom up on this. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Just to make it easier to read. So he sees this. He watched our video when I did the analysis on the PhD guide log,
Mm-hmm.
and when I was talking about that, and he noticed that this is his log that he recorded, and he noticed this oscillation. You can
Okay.
see it here in the blue. It's in the blue trace.
Mm-hmm.
So he did used PEC prep to do the analysis, and the 133.33 second peak reared its ugly head.
Oh yeah, look at that spike.
And yeah, so this is how low this is a fundamental. This is a 600 second fundamental
Okay.
right here.
All right.
You see how low that is compared to this.
Yeah, so you must have like maybe there's like a burr or something on his.
Well, if you recall, this period is because the XS2 uses a pulley system.
Mm-hmm.
This period is based off the fundamental, and it's the actual small pulley on the motor.
I see.
Is that period?
Mm-hmm.
So he actually that's basically what I showed in the analysis when we did it last time. It was about I guess a couple months ago, maybe a month and a half ago when we did that. But it's related. He saw that and said, "Oh, it must be related to that pulley."
Okay.
And so he did a video, and I'm trying to see. He sent me a link other than the initial link was for Amazon, but he sent me another link to look at the video on Skype on I'm sorry, on YouTube. Let me go to that, and we'll see if I can play it here. I haven't watched it yet, actually, so I'm curious to see what it looks like. Let me see here. Need to go back one. Messages. I think that's not it.
Guys in the back can help you.
That's right. I got to call them. I'm trying to, and there's my dogs. I think my wife just walked outside.
Yeah.
What did I do with that video?
Libby, you're getting some people welcoming you to the show. So that's nice. We have people watching, I think, in the UK and England and um, across the United States, Germany. Yeah, Wolfgang's in Germany. We got
I'll get there. Just give me a minute. Oh,
Yeah, I haven't taken attendance yet. That's right. Yeah,
yeah.
all of you in live chat, please raise your hand so that I can see you. I guess that doesn't work.
Ah, here we go.
You got it?
Found the video links. Let's see if they work now. He
Uh-huh.
said he corrected it because it. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a short video. You can't hear that probably. Oh, it doesn't.
No.
Real short one. Let
Maybe
me go
like
back to the other one.
oscillating sound or something.
Let's see. Let's look at this one here.
Okay.
I don't. That's 11 seconds. That's hard to. You don't really see it real well. It's kind of. Oh, there it goes.
Uh,
Kind of see it. Can you see it wobble a little bit?
yeah, I do. I do see it wobble.
So that's the issue.
So is it the shaft that's holding the pulley?
It's the actual. It's the hole that goes in the pulley that's on the shaft. It's not concentric.
I see.
Let me. He's got another one here with the deck axis here to show. See what this one looks like.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind of not showing it either.
He's hand holding it. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, can you? I don't really. I see a little bit of a wobble there. Let me. Not quite as bad as the RA axis. So that little tiny little bit of wobble
Yeah.
shows up as you know, in that chart. You can see how bad it is.
Yeah.
Um, let me see here.
So what's going to be the fix? We replace the motor assembly or?
Well, the fix is to replace the pulley, I think.
Okay.
That's what we've done in the past. So we've seen this in the past. And Alex typically doesn't have spare pulleys. They're fairly expensive. So what I suggested to him is that we swap the deck and the RA pulley to see if the deck pulley was better. And he actually responded to me saying that it looks it's better, but it's not perfect. Of course, this mount, the IXOS 100 mount, is a very inexpensive mount.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't expect perfection per se. But
I guess you could, but
you could. I mean, you could make it perfect. You can tune it up, and people have done amazing things with this mount after they've learned about it and how to adjust it and things.
right.
So that's basically what it takes, is to dig into it and figure out where the little issues are and correct them.
Right.
But the potential is there. I mean, we see great potential in the mount in terms of performance.
Oh, that's true.
It exceeds its weight capacity that we say the weight capacity is. It people use it much higher weight capacity, and the
certainly
guiding.
needs the tracking capacity and
Yeah, exactly.
almost every aspect of it. You know,
They get better than less than an arc second of, down to 0.7, 0.6 arc seconds of total RMS tracking or guiding.
right. Right. That's interesting. So, yeah, we just need to get, we'll send out a pulley to him and see if that resolves his problem. That'll be good.
Right. So
Well, let's talk to Libby for a little while here. Libby, I love the NASA sign you got in the background there. You came here yesterday to pick up your new telescope. What do you think? Tell the people about your telescope and what do you think about it?
So yesterday I just was able to build the telescope with my dad. Um, We haven't looked for it yet, just because it was way too cloudy last night. I wouldn't know where I was looking because it's just way too cloudy. But but it's really cool. We just built it yesterday. We haven't looked in it yet, but hopefully it's cloudy tonight so we can get some good pictures for the telescope. And
Yeah, excellent. So Libby has she got a 10-inch truss tube Dobsonian telescope from Explore Scientific, and her dad helped her assemble it. And have you learned how? Do you think you could assemble some of it yourself now?
yeah.
You think so? Okay, great, great. And
One thing
so,
I used to do, Libby, when I started using my first time I ever used a telescope was when I was like 8 years old. I used it during the day. We lived in an apartment, so I was looking at it, and it was a Newtonian telescope also.
hmm.
And I used to point it across the to a hill where there was construction going on. I was able to watch stuff going on. So I learned how to use the scope during the day, just looking at stuff around the neighborhood, trees, and you can see birds in the trees and things like that.
Oh yeah, that's true. But through a Newtonian telescope, birds will be upside down and backwards. So, but there is no backwards, or at least there's no upside down in space. So that's true. Uh, and Libby, what do you think? What do you think that you want to see, like the first object you want to look at with your telescope?
Well, I remember when I picked it up that you said if you look at the Orion Nebula, it'll blow your mind.
Yeah.
And at space camp, they did teach us a lot about the Orion Nebula because we had constellations and we sit out on the big pathway.
Mm-hmm.
She would sit and talk to us about the Orion and Betelgeuse, and we would have presentations every night just talking about the constellations. So,
Wow, that's very cool. That's very cool. So, and you spent like a whole summer at space camp, or what was that like?
so we spent about 5 days at space camp. 5 days, like five full days at space camp,
Okay.
and probably a week basically because I had one day that wasn't full there and another day that wasn't full there because we didn't get to do anything on those 2 days. So basically, 5 days of training.
I see. I see. And what did you mostly learn when you were there?
Um, they would tell us a lot about living in space because I mean, astronauts basically they live in space, and this space camp you basically learn how to be an astronaut. So
Mm-hmm.
we had presentations. We actually had mission trainings, and they
Really?
had this huge. They had this like huge building, and they decorated the inside to look like space. So like fake satellites, and I was sad because I didn't get to go like in the space area, but I got to work as a paycom for mission control.
Yeah. Oh, that's very cool.
I had a big headset, like really big on me,
Yeah.
a microphone, and I pressed the button and I said, "Are you ready to launch?"
That's great. That's great. Well, awesome. Well, the Orion Nebula is a favorite object of a lot of astronomers. They love to take pictures of it. It's probably one of the most studied nebula in all the heavens. So it's going to be really cool. Um, we have special people to meet you when you get on the show tonight, the Global Star Party, and they're excited to meet you. And I remember before we started this program, I asked you, if there were a lot of kids interested in space at school, and you said not really. Why do you think that is?
um, I think over like the past 20 years, kids just started like just hating school for some reason. Like they're like, I have to wake up early, I have to
Mm-hmm.
go to class, I have to listen to like boring conversations. But like they don't understand that it like helps you. Like it'll get you a job, it will get you like money,
Mm-hmm.
it'll get you like everything that you need to
Mm-hmm.
like do whatever you want. Like
To live your life, right?
yeah. And
Right.
then people will think bad of it like, oh, I have to sit here for 7 hours a day in the same desk listening to the same teacher talk about the same subject over and
Mm-hmm.
over again.
Mm-hmm.
I,
When you,
I think that's a key thing, Scott. What she said is it helps you do what you want in your life.
yeah,
That was a key thing. I
yeah,
mean, if you want to end up the rest of your life just doing what they're doing in school that they hate, that's the way to do it, is to not pay attention.
right, right.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, if you don't pay attention and learn some things, you will be doing something that you hate for the rest of your life. That's right. So you're 10 years old now, right? And
Yeah.
you know, I guess you've got junior high on the horizon and high school and then university. How far out are you thinking about your education? Are you thinking all the way out to the university level of what you want to do, or are you just kind of buried in the classes right now that you're taking?
Um at space camp, all the counselors, they had this big giant wall and it had like some college for it. So
Yeah,
I grabbed like a couple papers and I think it was the University of Alabama to teach you a lot about space.
cool.
So I do want to learn a lot about space and I want to go to space.
You want to be an astronaut.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay. Well, one of my friends is Story Musgrave, and I remember some kids asking him. That's the astronaut that fixed the Hubble Space Telescope. That guy, and you know, he is a lifelong learner. Even into his 80s, he was still trying for another PhD. Okay, so he never stopped going to school. He never stopped taking classes, never stopped learning. He was a surgeon. He was an astronaut. He's an artist now. He writes poetry. He's just an amazing person, you know. And I think that with an attitude like yours, that you have a good chance to make it as an astronaut, you know. And
Mhm.
certainly more people in the future will be able to fly into space. They're making space tourism available and stuff. Is that your idea, that you would just like to go up there and experience zero gravity, or do you actually want to work in space?
I actually want to work in space. Um So the International Space Station, I know that they're planning to have like a whole bunch of like fancy stuff up there for people to come and visit, but
Mm-hmm.
like I think it is like a better idea to go up there and work because like what's the whole experience of going to space if you're even not going to be like a real astronaut to be able to go like connect wires on a satellite,
Mm-hmm.
go like do some missions, do the moonwalks,
Right.
the MAT, the man maneuvering unit, and then yeah, there's something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like you just stay there in a hotel looking outside your window, like, oh look, it's space. But the real experience is just like getting to actually like go out there and see
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. That would be so cool.
Would you like to live on Mars?
Um, I wouldn't like to live there, but I would visit there like every half a year or so because I would still want to be down on Earth some too because I heard that if you go into space for too long, you can get like paralyzed and you have to be in like a wheelchair. And I
Oh.
don't want that to happen. So, I mean, obviously I want to stay like on Earth for like half a year.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Half a year every year. So, basically almost half of my life or something.
Well, I think that you got a chance at it. You know, with SpaceX getting everything geared up for Mars. You saw a SpaceX launch, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
What was that like?
It was really fun. We went around the museum like really early in the morning. Started like storming. We were like, this isn't gonna happen. This is so bad. We first originally planned just to go to the museum, and then my grandma said, "Oh hey, there's a launch that day, right?"
Mm-hmm.
So my mom got us tickets for the launch. I actually still have the tickets, but they're in a frame right up there. And then,
Right.
so it was a communication satellite for Africa,
Oh, I see.
and we watched it launch off. I actually have a picture up there too. I have this whole big frame, and I put all my space pictures in there.
That's very cool. That's very cool.
Real life Pinterest board.
Mm-hmm. And you got that huge NASA sign behind you. Where did that come from?
We originally had a huge NASA sticker,
Yeah.
like this one. We tried sticking it on. We had the hair dryer, and we were like hair drying it on,
Yeah.
and it fell down like 2 times.
Oh.
So we refunded our money to get like a store sign, kind of like.
Oh, wow.
It's like a cardboard, but like the cardboard plastic.
Yeah.
I don't know
But
what that material is, but it has like the little swirls inside it to keep it up.
yeah, so it's going to last for a while, I guess. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Hey
very cool.
Scott, you're still focused on me. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just a still head there.
You are. We're watching you be amazed by Libby's knowledge.
I know. She's amazing.
You are amazing, Libby, and we're really happy to have you on the show and really excited to have you on tonight. Um, you know, there is a question. Ron Delvaux wants to know, what are your favorite objects in the sky to observe?
I used to have a $15 telescope that
Yep.
I got from Facebook, and I used to put it outside. My friend would sit out there, and she'd play on her phone, looking at pictures of the sunset or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would look up, and then I would try and focus on mainly about some things. I like the Orion. I liked looking, and if I zoom in a little bit, then you could just see like the star.
Yeah.
It's just like a little tiny circle,
Yes.
but it was all blurry. Like you could see like it was like just didn't work that much. But I was happy enough to be able to see the stars.
Yes. Did you
And
find the
then
moon? And
that way we like to look at Saturn, and we actually saw Saturn's ring with that $15 telescope.
did you
And
really? Wow.
yeah, and we looked in, and it like you could see the rings are like hanging down, and then you saw the
Yeah.
planet. And then I like to look at Jupiter just because that's so big. It's really big, so it's easy to zoom in and look.
Yeah.
Now I have to say the moon was my absolute favorite thing, because
That's
one night I was on a phase, and you could see like the atmosphere, and it was so pretty. It was like a bunch of rainbow colors.
Right.
You could see like the little atmosphere around it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Full moon coming up soon, so hopefully by the time it comes out, I can get my telescope out and I can look at it without it being so cloudy and it facing the right way.
Right. Well, it's going to be pretty bright through the telescope that you have, so be ready for that. It won't hurt
Yeah.
your eye, but it's going to be super bright, so yeah, that's right.
The moon was always my favorite, Libby, because I grew up during the Apollo days when man first landed on the moon. So that was always the best thing for me, to look at the moon all the time.
Right. Well, cool. So you're on the air with us now, and people are watching probably around, I know they're watching around the world. What would you say to all the young people out there that might be interested in space?
School is good for you. Stay in school. It will help you. And to get more knowledge, I would read every book that your library has, or anything that they have. Like, take every single opportunity that you can get. Even if it's not that big, just take it. It'll probably help you a lot. I read every single book in my school library about space
Yeah.
back in second grade because I
Wow.
wanted to get knowledge, but I didn't know where to. So I got the NASA app. I watched NASA TV, and I read every single book out there in my school library.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. Well, you're an inspiration, Libby. Thank you. Thank you for being on our show today. We're going to wrap up the rest of the show, and I will see you tonight. Okay, and we hope that we can give you a lot of new opportunities and new challenges to learn more about the sky, and we hope to have you on a lot. So it's going to be cool. All right, all right. Let's. Thank you very much, Libby. Take care.
I will. See you
Yep.
tonight.
See you tonight. Wow. Okay. Well, that was cool. Libby's a pretty sharp kid, and I think that as soon as she can get some clear skies, because anytime you get every time you get new equipment, you get clouds over, right? So
Right.
Libby's
Exactly.
once again proof that that happens. We're not going to have a long program today, but I did want to let you guys know that tonight we have a great show. We've got Dr. Rosalie Lopez from the Jet Propulsion Laboratory will be there. Vivian White's going to join us for a little while from the Night Sky Network and the Astronomical Society of the Pacific. We've got three guys down in the Southern Hemisphere. Cosmologist Marcello Souza will be on with us. Of course, our regulars, Cesar Brolo and Rodrigo Saleda will be on with us as well. Gary Palmer promises to be on hanging out with us from the UK. I'm
Yeah.
excited. He's
In the
so
middle of the night,
in the
basically three
middle of
o'clock
the
in the
night.
morning.
I think he said it was going to be like 3 o'clock in the morning or something.
Yeah. Right.
So I don't know how he does it. We got Matthias Schmidt. Matthias is a defender of dark skies out there at Cedar Breaks National Monument. He was on with us a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I talked to him today. I talked to him
Did you?
today about he's looking to do more with his mount. So I talked to him about what he might want to buy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So if you guys want to ask, you want to talk to or ask questions from a JPL scientist, you want to get to know what young people are into when it comes to astronomy, you're going to want to watch this show tonight. Again, we start broadcasting at 9 p.m. Central, and it'll probably go to about, no, I'm sure 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that. So. But
That's Central Time.
that's Central Time.
Right.
That's right.
2 o'clock my time.
Yeah, yeah. Wolfgang says I have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to watch the show. Dang. Maybe you can just have like a laptop on your quilt or something while you're kicking back in your bed. But anyhow,
Use his phone.
yeah, yeah. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking in, and keep looking up. And I hope it's clear for you wherever you are tonight. If you want to join the show, all you have to do is go to explorescientific.com/events and buy a free ticket. And you'll be led to a Zoom meeting where Kent will be waiting for you, and then he'll give you the credentials to get on the broadcast. Okay, and we have three basic sections of the show, so to keep from having people have show fatigue, where you're on 3 or 4 hours of broadcasting, I am breaking it up so that people can log in and log out.
That's just reserved for me and you, Scott.
I know. Yeah, and anybody else crazy enough to hang out with us all night long. So, but. We will talk to you later. We got lots of door prizes as well planned for you. We will announce last Star Party's door prize winners, and that's it for now. So, adios and take care. We'll talk to you later.